Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Qualcast, Australia's latest up and coming gaming podcast. I'll be your host this time round, Simon, or Mark, as I'm known online. Today, we have a bit more of an off the cuff episode for you, as we're talking about completion and game completion and what it actually means to complete a game. Today with me, I have Ben, aka Captain Trophy Hunter,
Hello.
Lee.
Good evening.
Why is it always us three?
Well, we do have one more
And
person joining us today.
yeah, I know, but it's always us three. And we have returning Renee, or Scree, as they are also known as.
Yes, hello.
So, like I said, this one is a little bit more off the cuff as we don't have any major news to talk about. Instead, this time around, we're discussing a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that is completing games. Now, unlike our resident trophy hunter here, my
That's
love
me.
for achievement. It is you! My love for achievements isn't in my name. Being a fan of Xbox, I love going for achievements and watching that arbitrary number climb. But on the flip side, to myself and Cap here, we have Lee and Renee. And do you both go out of your way to get trophies or achievements?
No.
Yeah, typically not. I enjoy the little pop of the trophy,
Oh yeah. That little hit of dopamine. It's like, yep,
but
I did a thing.
Yeah, unless it's a game that I'm, really, really into, and I've got nothing waiting for me in my ever-growing pile of shame that I'm desperate to get to.
I'll probably expand more in my actual answer, but I'll just leave it as yes, if you couldn't gather that from my Captain Trophy Hunter screen name.
Well, that's why I asked the other two.
Yeah. I'm not the sort of person that goes out of my way to get achievements. I do like when I'll look on Steam to see what my achievement is, what the score's got. Simply because, sometimes it's really interesting to see how far someone's gotten in the game that you've gotten, how far you've gotten in. But aside from that, yeah, not really my sort of thing.
Fair enough. But I mean, I guess it's good because we have, Cap and myself who are really big into, going for achievements and trophies. And then we have, Lee who's kind of in the middle, and also Renee, like you said, you don't really go for them. So I guess we have a good balance this time around. But we'll get on to the first sort of question I have, and that is, what does it mean to complete a game? Now, for everyone, can be a little bit different. This can either be, just completing the story. You start at the beginning, you see the credits roll, done and dusted. You're not touching it again unless you really like the game, and then you go back and play again. Some people, that is, going and collecting all the collectibles, or you're just like us and will, go through the slog until we've absolutely, gotten every achievement. Like for me, a game consists of two playthroughs. The first one is always to enjoy the game. I'll get to the end and experience the finale, but I'm not done yet. That second playthrough allows me to mop up any achievements left, and once it's done, the game is officially finished for me. I can put down the controller and move on to the next game and play this one again if if it really captured me. But what about you, Cap?
My answer is kind of like a two-part answer because it usually depends on how much time that goes into a game and how much I love it. So obviously, if I love it, I will, spend endless hours trying to complete it. Like I've platinumed Bloodborne, Elden Ring. I got all
just dropping the name straight away. Not even,
yeah,
5 minutes into the podcast.
I don't mess around, guys. And yeah, so games like that, if I really love it, I'll spend as much time as I want to achieve the platinum. other than that, like it's really like as long as I roll the credits, then that will at least like sedate me a little bit. But yeah, ideally I'd love to platinum every game I play, but there's that time thing that there's only 24 hours in a day, unfortunately. But yeah, that's kind of what I kind of uh, think completing a game is.
Yeah, I mean, for the two of you achievement seekers, do you, when you're first going into a new game, do you look up what the trophies are, and if there's like missable items, do you have what you need to do to get all the trophies for for your
Not gonna
first
lie.
playthrough, or do you leave it and wait for your second one, or how do you normally do it?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty bad for that. Like while the game is downloading, I'll like go on True Achievements and look up. All right, so what sort of achievements does this have? Up, I can see there's collectibles going to be coming up. Obviously, there's difficulty ones. If there's any like secret ones, I leave those be until my second playthrough. And yeah, I also try to avoid any spoilers in them. Like, you get this achievement for killing, Joe Blobs.
The
Didn't even
perfect game
realize.
for me to like platinum would be when I get one, I first go look if there's missables. If there's no missables, amazing. No difficulty trophy required, even better. No second playthrough, perfect. So then I don't have to look at a trophy guide or what I have to do until the very end. So obviously to me that's good because then I can experience the game, no no surprises are being ruined or whatever, just in case. But on the offhand, that I do have to look out for some, I will have learned how to read between the lines without spoiling it for myself, if that makes sense. So I'll go through and see what I need to do without trying to spoil anything as much as possible. But generally, yes, I will always look up a trophy guide before I start.
This
Yeah,
is just
And
blowing
Cap,
my
you
mind.
missed.
I couldn't do this.
Cap, you missed.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to say you missed another horrible set of achievements, and that is multiplayer achievements.
Oh, the worst.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, most games I play don't multiplayer, but you're correct.
Oh, I'm definitely in the camp of like stop making multiplayer games. I don't like people, but for there are games that's just like, hey, we've tacked on multiplayer, and you have to get these 5 achievements for playing it.
Most games that I've played that are like play one level with a person or with another player, like you can do it by yourself. You just have 2 controllers. I've done that a few times.
Oh
I know
yeah, like
that
yeah,
sounds very sad, but I'd
man,
rather
that's how I play
play with
Borderlands.
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you enjoy in playing with yourself.
Yeah. I got 2 hands for a reason, 2 controllers. That's fine.
Yeah, look,
Well,
I'm
what about?
I admit to occasionally, not necessarily on PSN trophy websites or anything like that, but I do occasionally look up before getting into a game. Are there any missable items? Just because I hate missing stuff, right? But it's rarely because of an achievement for me. Completing a game for me, is typically the roll credits. Like that's the developers intended for the game to end here. That's why that's the end of the game. And again, probably showing my age, but that's just when I was growing up, a game finished. There was no achievements. There wasn't any of that kind of stuff. So I never sort of grew up with it. It was never a thing for me. But over time, they sort of started to introduce things that would extend games, right? So, again, being an RPG fan, you've got your side quests and things like that, or bonus levels, super bosses like your weapons in Final Fantasy, that kind of stuff. That you certainly don't need to do to complete the game, but there's this extra content there. And now that's the kind of stuff that has trophies attached. Often is beat this hidden boss or find this hidden thing, those kind of things. So, and then there's games out there that, you literally have to finish more than once if you want to experience the whole story, recent examples being Fire Emblem Three Houses, where you can play through one of the pathways and experience that complete story. But if you want to get everything the game's got to offer, you actually need to play through it 4 times. And the other one is Nier Automata, which I think you have to play through 5 times to get sort of the full, ending understanding of the story. So,
if you want all the endings, you have to play it 26 times. Well,
so it's interesting. It's there's so many different ways to approach games, and as Cap said, often for me it's I've got the next game that I'm reviewing for the website that's come in, or just literally I've got X game on my pile that I'm desperate to go and play. So I just want to once I'm done with this, I'm not going to sit around and hunt for 200 feathers or whatever. I'm just going to finish the game. And
I will say the most probably annoying thing about reviewing a game before it comes out is that you won't have a trophy guide. Sometimes you might not even have a trophy list, and a trophy will pop randomly, and because the game's not updated to show the trophies yet because it's not out, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, oh cool, I guess I'll wait and see if I've stuffed anything up or not.
yeah, I like that. It's like the pressure's off. There's no guides, there's no trophy lists. It's like, well, I guess I'm playing it by myself. It's only really
to me it feels like I'm walking a tightrope. It's like, I could have missed something important there, and I'll have to replay the whole game to get it later.
I will say though, like reviewing the games and getting the achievements, because Xbox has the whole the rare achievement, which is less than 10% of people have unlocked it. Every single one I get is rare when I'm reviewing the game, and I love seeing that I'm like in the 0.2% of people who've unlocked this. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I did one earlier this year or last year where I was like on PSN profiles, I was like top 5 in the first 5 platinum earners for that game. I can't remember what game, but it was, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, this is I'm the complete opposite. Whereas generally I will play a game for the story, and if there are times where I enjoy a game so much I'm like, oh, I'm gonna grind and I'm gonna do some of the side quests and stuff like that. But a lot of the time, what actually happens is that I end up just losing interest in the story because it's been so long, and then I might not finish the game. So usually I tend to just try and play through the narrative, and that's the most important part for me. A perfect example would be Sword and Shield, where I was trying to grind my team, I think, to take on the next gym, and I just stopped playing because there were other games that had come out that were a lot more interesting, and I was like, you know what, I don't really need to keep grinding. I'm just going to go play something else. This game doesn't really respect my time. They don't want to give me the story. Sod 'em.
That's fair.
Pokemon games have a story. It's like catch them and fight the gym leaders. And
there was like
I know they've got minis.
Well, I was going to say in that one there was a story, but the thing is they keep saying, oh, you are too young to know what is happening. Go get more Pokemon. We can't tell you what's happening, but we can send you out in the wilderness to fight the Pokemon by yourself. But
this giant dragon fire spewing lizard thing.
Yeah, but we're not going to tell you anything that's happening because you're too young. You're too precious.
You know what's funny, Lee? I was going to be like, what? Of course there's stories, but I can't remember a single story. I could not tell you a single full Pokemon story.
It's like, oh wait, there's Ash, and oh wait, that's the anime. That's not one of the games.
The story is
Mewtwo guy.
The story is that there's always a legendary Pokemon, and you've got to go and catch it, and otherwise the world is going to end or something.
Yeah. And there's always an evil team in trying to stop.
Yeah, there's always an evil team that is trying to.
The evil team wants to use the legendary Pokemon to take over the world, or something to that effect.
Yeah,
I did like in the last one in Scarlet and Violet, the legendary Pokemon was like with you from the start. That was cool.
I never got to play that one.
A motorbike or something?
Yeah, it was a legendary that could turn into a motorbike. But the main reason I never played that one was because, one, I'd played Monster Hunter Stories, which is a much better Pokemon than Pokemon. Yes, I know that's going to anger a lot of people, but come at me. And the other reason is because I'd heard that there were glitches that would actually completely erase people's data in Scarlet and Violet, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to play a game, get halfway through, and then have my save deleted. So
Yeah, especially for
I
like
s-
40 hours.
I stopped playing Scarlet because it was a buggy mess and it was just not fun. It was so bad.
yeah, well, that was one of the bugs, was that it would just delete your data, apparently.
Yeah, what
Bloody
you were
hell.
saying before about, you get distracted and you go off and do all these side quests, like even recently with Claire Obscure, which I've spoken about a lot. It's amazing. But, I got
No,
distracted
we're not turning
by
this into the Claire Obscura podcast part 2. Stop it.
Actually,
getting
No.
distracted by all this side content. And then I was like, because I was reviewing the game for the website. So I was like, actually, I should go and finish the game. So I didn't even do all of the grinding and, side quest, special boss stuff that I wanted to do. But even then, the final boss was just a cakewalk for me. Like, it was not challenge at all. And I was like, oh, I kind of like, ruins that experience a bit when you go and do all the extra stuff first. But
yeah.
And you max out your
I'll
level, basically.
quickly say, so Renee doesn't get upset, Expedition 33 was like the best grind I've ever done. It was so much fun. Just if you've played the game, you'll understand. If you haven't, play the game. And yes,
I
I
would,
got the
but I have
platinum.
no time.
Max got no excuse. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, come on, Mac.
I don't have time either. And I know it's on Game Pass. I've been looking at it and go, oh, I should really play that. But other stuff.
Yeah, I should
But,
redeem the Game Pass I have, but I haven't done it yet. I'm like, maybe I should do it for Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I keep thinking about it and just leaving it. I'll get to Blueprints
definitely-
one day.
Yeah, I need to get that as well. I got that on PS Plus and
Yeah.
I downloaded it and I was
Yeah,
going to play it. And
it's sitting there
I heard it was
downloaded.
so long.
It's like it moves further and further to the right down the list.
Yeah,
As you install the next thing.
It'll just eventually get deleted one day when I need more space.
Yeah.
And I do want to also say, with what you were saying, Renee, about the whole you play the game for the narrative experience. Like, for the vast majority of the games, I do that as well. Like, the narrative will always come first in, like, most games that I play. Like, 90% of the games. Have I also played games specifically because they're easy for achievements and to up my game score? Yes. Yes, I have.
If
what
anyone
you're
here
saying,
has played
cheating.
My Name is Mayo, definitely go check that out. There's 3 of them.
Are they easy trophies, are they?
Yeah, you basically just click the mayo jar.
Amazing.
You can also dress up the mayo jar as well.
Is that the game?
Yeah.
You just click on a mayo jar and dress it up.
Yeah, there's like other modifiers and stuff, and the sequels bring in some different types of mini.
There's a sequel?
Yeah, he said there's 3.
2 sequels. There's 3.
I thought you meant there was like 3 trophies with it.
No.
It's 3
3
games.
Mayo games.
Yeah,
And I'm just wondering how the heck did they even get a second one, let alone a third one?
there's actually quite a emotional story behind it. You guys got to play it.
I'm not sure I want to be emotional about Mayo.
I'm not sure if I'm wide enough for this.
Okay.
Okay, so all right. So the next question I have for everyone is, what was the first game you completed? Now, obviously for you, Renee, this is just basically going to be, what was the what was the first game you finished the narrative on? But so it could be, if you like, what was the first one you 100%ed, or like which one did you get the first, like all the trophy, like platinumed?
So the first game I probably did that with was Jet Set Radio Future, which I said on the first podcast was I considered it my favorite game because I'd done it multiple times, even though one of the characters you could get was bugged. Now basically you could play the complete game and then at the end you could unlock extra characters, and but there wasn't like any achievements or anything like that. It was just the characters, but yeah, unfortunately, the one to get, I think Rapid 99 was the one that was bugged. you had to do a backflip on a crane, but it didn't always work, so you kind of had to fiddle with it.
Fair enough.
I think I may have also 100%ed Buffy, but that was back when I had time and not as many games. Back when I was a teen.
To be young again and have time.
Yeah.
When you have money, you have no time, and when you have time, you have no money.
I think that's one of the other big points which I was going to bring up later. But I think for me, if you go back and look sort of my early PS3 days, when trophies first started, I've got many more platinums or like high percentage of trophies received because A, I had more time, and B, I had much less disposable income, so I couldn't afford to get more games. So I was like, well, I guess I'll spend another 50 hours playing this game I already have.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I replayed Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 15 times because I had no money to play anything else.
Yeah, I think I only replayed that about 3 or 4 times. That's impressive.
Fair enough. Well, Cap, what was the first game you completed?
So if we're talking narrative-wise, my very first game I completed was Crash Bandicoot 2 on the PS1. But I'm going to go at my official, because that was kind of with my dad. My official first game I finished myself was 100% Ratchet and Clank on the PS2. And by 100%, I got all the gold bolts and all the unlockables and everything. And it was like, I played that so many times. And ironically, my first platinum on the PS3 was Ratchet and Clank on when they released the HD collection. So I got to relive that. Yeah, I got to relive that all over again, which was really cool.
Very nice. So for mine, my 100% complete and my first narrative completion was actually the same game, which was Spyro Year of the Dragon on PS1. Like, I went round, like, after completing the story, I went round and found all the gems, I found all the dragon eggs, and then you get to unlock an additional area, and I think, like, by going through there, you get to, like, 112% complete.
I was going to say, is that the one that has, like, 120% or something? It had, like, an over the 100% that you could get. And because I remember there was someone who was making video game music, like, they were doing covers of it, and their first album was called like 112% specifically because of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because if you go around and get, I want to say it's like 150 eggs and 20,000 gems. I would be surprised if I got that dead on. You unlock a final world where you go, where you do a bunch of challenge areas, find more gems, and then you beat the final boss again in a new arena.
Yeah, I did that on the remake. Did you play the remake?
Oh, the Reignited trilogy. I fell in love with that when it was first announced. I was so hype. I got it immediately as it dropped on Xbox, and funny enough, I got all the achievements in it. It was also the first time I actually got to play the first Spyro game. I played them in reverse. I played 3, 2, and then 1 when it came out on Reignited.
I still have my the first Spyro game on PS1.
The only Spyro I've actually played to this day is still Spyro 1 on the PS1, and it took me years to defeat Nasty Nork because I didn't know what I was doing as a kid.
Oh, to be fair, I feel like that one was pretty hard.
Well, I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be doing, because I was like 7 or 8 when we had it.
Yeah.
And it was only when I was a teenager and my younger cousins were playing it, I actually defeated Nasty Nork and was like, wait, what?
Is that it? I thought this was going to be hard.
Yeah, and
I've never played Spyro.
Okay.
I own it. I own 1 and 2. I've just never played them.
Okay, sorry guys, we just have to kick Lee out of the chat.
Fake PlayStation fan.
Right?
Bloody hell. But with achievements, as far as like me completing it, my first ever gained all the achievements was Fallout 3 on Xbox 360, and that was with that was with all the DLC.
Damn, that's pretty good. I didn't
Yeah,
I didn't think I got that platinum actually.
and I didn't cheese it because that's the one where you have to get to level 30 with good karma, neutral karma, and bad karma. And I didn't
Yeah.
cheese it. Like people will like cheese it, just go neutral the entire way, and then as they gain to the level to like where they would level up and get the achievement for neutral, they would do that, reload a save, do it good and then bad.
Yeah.
I did 3 playthroughs. Made sure to be good, be neutral, and be bad in
That
each
sounds
one.
like
So,
my Fallout 4 playthrough.
I was going to say, does
um,
Mac need the Trophy Hunter title now?
No.
nah,
I've still got harder ones. Sorry. Okay, I'm
I
kidding.
just need to put Mac Achievement Hunter now.
Sorry,
Oh.
I've copyrighted the hunter name. You have to choose a different one.
Oh damn it!
I was going to say, someone should probably tell what Hunter Biden?
Achieve.
You can't use that name anymore.
Yeah. You go. You can say achievement seeker.
Achievement Seeker. Oh, I'm actually now Mark Trophy Finder.
I like that it's still trophy, even though it's achievement.
Oh, I've now been reviewing stuff on PS5, and it's just like, okay, well, I guess I'm going for completions here now too.
It's like I had so
Um,
little time, and now I have even less of it somehow.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Um,
I guess for me, the first game that I finished, now this is I was racking my memory. I was like, what would it have been? And I'm pretty sure the first game that I finished like myself was Alex Kidd in Miracle World on Sega Master System, which was for anyone that's old enough to remember.
I was very
The
tempted to just go old, even though I am actually probably that old-ish.
so the Sega Master System was Sega's console. Sega Sega were another company like Nintendo. They no longer make consoles. And when
Back
Nintendo
in the
had the
day, there was two
entertainment system,
competitors. There was
yeah, they were the
Nintendo and
original.
Sega.
The original console war was Nintendo and Sega. Nintendo obviously won, but so the Sega Master System was competing with the Nintendo Entertainment System, and the Sega. One of the versions of it came with Alex Kidd built in. Like you didn't have to have the cartridge. It was just if you turned the system on with nothing in there, it would just boot up Alex Kidd, which was really like amazing at the time.
That would have blown people's minds back
Yeah,
then.
it was crazy. And yeah, so it was free. So yeah, that was the first game that I finished. There was a couple of other Master System games that I played a lot of, like Fantasy Zone, an old shoot 'em up, which was like, really, really cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Alex Kidd, I played the hell out of that. And yeah, because it was so old, I think there were 2 different endings because there was an item that you needed to get in like level 6 or something. And if you didn't get it and you got to the end of the game, you sort of get the bad ending.
See, that
So
irritates me because if you don't know about it beforehand, and like back in then, that you couldn't, you probably wouldn't have known about it unless you accidentally stumbled across it, or you bought one of the magazines that told you it was there.
yeah. Or you called the 1-900 hotline thing
Yeah.
that used to exist at the time.
Back when you used to ring up for advice instead of just going on the internet.
Back when
Now,
you didn't have a mobile phone, there was just the phone
Yeah,
in the
back
kitchen.
when phones had cables.
Yeah.
handheld.
Now I have to be the one to say I've never played Alex Kidd.
There's
Same.
a remade version.
Yeah, I also haven't played
I
it.
saw that.
I
It's
was
like
a Nintendo household.
it's it's a platformer. It's fine. Like it's not, I'm not saying go out and get it. It's amazing. Like, it's good. And the remaster of it is like nice, fun sort of anime style graphics
Yeah.
that suit the game. But yeah, it's just good fun. It's very short. Like you probably look up the speed run of it and be like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly some of these old games can be speed run.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. Well, I think my next question is, what is the rarest achievement or trophy you've earned, or what is the most satisfying completion you've done? So, like, if you're not going for achievements or trophies, what is the most satisfying, game you've completed? Um, Cap, we'll start off with you.
Me, all right. So, according to PSN Profiles, which is our favorite trophy hunting site, I have 3 Rarest Platinums. The first one is Call of Duty Infinity War, which I'm going to assume was because it had a really hard zombie mode to complete, and obviously you had to complete it for a trophy. Pretty sure it. I did it with a mate like 4 years after it came out because it was that hard, and I couldn't do it when it came out, and then yeah. The second one is also Call of Duty, which is World War II to get to rank 50 in multiplayer, your favorite type of trophy,
Yeah.
Mac. And yes, I did do it once upon a time. I think that's the only COD game that I prestiged. And the third one is Little Big Planet 3. This is probably going to tie in what we're talking about later, but as of January 2024, the Little Big Planet 3 servers had to be shut down. So Sony pulled it all down and instead of trying to save it. So that's probably why. Yeah, well, that's probably why that one's pretty rare. That was for the PS3, so I think the PS3 servers shut down before that as well. So anyway, and my proudest platinum would definitely be Sekiro. That's probably
You've
my
just so
highlight, I
you've
guess.
dropped you've dropped 3 FromSoft games just in this alone that you've perfected.
Yes, I also got the Lies of P platinum, and if anyone's played Surge, the like techno Souls like came out like maybe 10 years ago or something.
I was expecting Captain to start saying, "Oh yes, and I've got Armored Core 6, which I've heard
No, I haven't actually played Armored Core, so
which I've heard is really incredibly hard.
I've heard that's hard as well. But no, Sekiro is for me. That was amazing. I learnt a
Nice.
lot about how to not throw things.
All right, Renee, what about you?
I have no idea, if I'm completely honest. I'd have to look on Steam. But probably the most recent one that comes to mind, because normally I don't really care about achievements, was when I beat the final boss in Spirit of the North 2, which had only like had a 2% completion rate or something. It was a fairly low one, and I was like, oh, I'm not surprised. It was really funny watching as I defeated each boss, the completion rate would just drop.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what Souls likes is like, it's like that, but like every boss, like every single boss.
Well, that's what it was. It basically, I think the first boss was the one that everyone had kind of completed, and then you could see the people dropping off by the next boss.
I thought this was a chill game.
If you look at most trophies and like how they track over games, it's like, the first trophy that pops in a game will be like 90% or whatever, and then it's like drops to like the next one's like 50% or whatever, because everyone's just like, gets the first one and then gives up on the game or whatever.
I'd love to know the stats of like worldwide of like how many people buy a game versus like how many of them complete it, because I reckon it would be
it'd be super low. Yeah.
When you were saying about when I think it was Mac was saying about the backlog, and I'm just like, I'm ignoring my pile of shame. It doesn't exist, because there is absolutely no way I'd be able to play through all those games.
Particularly with things like Game Pass and PSN Extra, like the free games you get just for having the account. People, I'll do it sometimes. I'll be like, oh, I wonder what this game is. I'll play it. And I'll go, it's probably not for me. Like, what was the last one I did? Like Rollerdrome was on PSN Extra, and it got like some pretty good reviews, and it's got a really cool art style. I was like, oh, this game looks good. And I played, and I was like, it's not for me. I can see why people love it, but it's just not for me. So I think I got, the first 2 achievements or whatever.
No,
First 2 trophies.
I know people that are like used to be gamers and like us, we don't have much time, but they aren't like full blown gamers like us. They just like they'll drop 60, $80 on a game, play for like 2 hours. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
okay. They've tried it. They're happy. I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah,
So my wife is very much like that. She heard like so much good stuff about Stardew Valley, and she loved Animal Crossing, and she thought, oh, this is going to be like an Animal Crossing game. She started up on Switch, and I think she played for like 30 minutes and then turned it off and hasn't even touched it since.
Yeah, that's kind of like what happened with Tamagotchi Plaza. I was like, oh, I'll take that because it kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing. It's probably going to be like an Animal Crossing knockoff. It was not an Animal Crossing knockoff. It was more like Mario Party because it was just mini games, lots and lots of mini games, and it was okay. But I'm like, I don't think this is aimed at me, someone who hasn't got an attachment to the Tamagotchi characters. Like, it's just, I'm like, I think this is aimed for people who really like Tamagotchi characters, and I was just like, I don't understand why everyone has Chi at the end of their name. What is this thing? Like,
it's like the Digimon, they all have Mon at the end of their name, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's where Digimon comes from. Digimon's supposed to be the boy version of Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you said about Stardew and Animal Crossing is interesting. So my wife, I got her Animal Crossing during COVID, which is when most people played it. And I was just, I think I put it in our team chat the other day. I was like, I wonder how many hours she actually got up to. Yeah. She was over 1,000 hours on Animal Crossing.
It's insane.
Over 1,000 like of gameplay time, which is, I don't even know how many days that is. But yeah, if we asked someone who's into those type of games, what does completion of the game mean for you? They'd be like, completion? There's no completion. I just play it every day. So recently I got her Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which is kind of Animal Crossing-ish. And I think she's up to about 250 hours on that one now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, my wife did the exact same thing with my wife. She's doing the exact same thing. And I know for completion for her, as far as that goes, is basically she's trying to get all the blueprints, like crafting everything, basically.
Yeah, so with Animal Crossing, my wife, she had all of the fish, all of the insects, all of the one of each furniture item or whatever. It's crazy. It takes 1,000 hours to do that, and that because of the way Animal Crossing is, you have to play, every season. Sometimes at night, sometimes during the day. It's like crazy.
So more importantly, did she think that she had finished the game? Was that finished to her?
Yeah, I think by the end of it, there was literally nothing left for her to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, what else could she do?
Okay. So everyone listening, if you want to play Animal Crossing, 1,000 hours to 100% it.
There you go.
Oh, it's probably less, particularly if you're one of the people who does like the date change thing on the Switch to to time travel. She never did any of that. She was always had a legit file, so it took she needed to play it so many days of the year just to be able to access everything. And
no, screw that.
And I made fun. Well, I didn't make fun of her, but I was like, oh, how can you just play the one game for so long? But I've got some gacha games on my phone that I play literally every day just to like log on and get the daily currency.
Oh, yeah, I'm so annoyed.
I stopped. I couldn't do it anymore.
I was they just started an event in Final Fantasy XIV just as I'd sprained my wrist, so I can't play it. And I'm just like, God damn it! I want to get back into it and get these things I need.
MMOs. That's another. MMOs and sort of your online competitive type games that definitely they're made to not have an end. That's what they are. They're made to.
Actually, there is a guy named Cider Spider who is trying to get every single achievement in Final Fantasy XIV, and I think he's a complete nutcase because there is some of that stuff is just insane. Some of the achievements that exist. I mean, I think they removed some of the legacy achievements, which means you can't get them now, but you could if you earned them while they were there, you've still got them. But yeah, it's just there are so many that I look at and I just go, yeah, nah, I'm not getting that. Screw that.
That reminds me, one of my games I've played for the longest was the first Destiny, and I spent so many nights doing the raid, staying up till 1 a.m. I think I had, pretty sure I had close to like 800 hours on it. It was pretty crazy.
Get a life, man.
Yeah, I did. I had kids and have never spent that much time on a game since.
Oh, I don't know. You might be able to spend that much time on a game in the future. Don't discount yourself.
Maybe.
Main reason I say that is
We'll
because
see.
my mum has 9,000 hours on Super Jigsaw puzzles.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
retirement for sure.
Yeah.
That's what the backlog is for.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I keep saying.
So Mac, what was your rarest
So mine.
achievement?
So while Cap goes through PSN profiles, I use True Achievements to track my stuff, and it has my top 10 on here. So I'll just go through my three. My number one is actually King of Katamari Damacy, which is to roll everything in Katamari Damacy reroll. And
Did that take a
like
while?
it took a while. I actually had to look up like what the hell am I even missing? And because a lot of the items, because it actually tracks what items you've done like in game, but there will be like spheres where the item is supposed to be and it doesn't say anything. And I had to look it up and going, okay,
Yeah,
what is in this
Yeah,
what is in this
and
sphere?
which
What
level is
level is
it
it
in? And
in?
what size do you need to be so it exists?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the last thing I needed was a cow. and it was in a level where your ball just grows so exponentially quickly that you had to no it was a bear and it drops from the sky and you have to have the right size ball at the right time to get it, otherwise you will miss it completely. And what's even worse is even if you do get it, it doesn't count unless you complete the level.
Yeah.
I don't understand why developers put that in. Like, it's such a niche thing, and unless like you're either super lucky,
They put
or
it in for
you
people
look it
like
up.
you.
It's and I'm like that's typically I would not be surprised of that from the Katamari devs, to be honest. It seems like a very Katamari thing.
That's one of my favorite series. It's great. It's just so much fun and silliness, and that's exactly the kind of thing that they would put in. Just
Yeah,
to annoy,
that's what I mean.
literally to annoy
It's
people.
exactly,
It's intentional.
and that's it. Like, it's like any other game, it might be a mistake, but with the Katamari series, you're like, yep, that's definitely intentional.
Yeah.
You've asked everyone else about theirs.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to.
Oh, that's right. You need to do 2 more, don't you?
Yeah. So my next one is the whole story, which is just get all the achievements in Layers of Fear, which I played, which I reviewed, and the final one is Daw, which is find all 12 of Ainsley's drawings scribbled on city walls in Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive is one of those.
I never got to play Sunset Overdrive because it was on Xbox.
Yeah, it's one of the few Xbox exclusives, and no one talks about it. It was such a good game, and it's just like gone into the aether of memory.
I remember Insomniac has a penchant for doing that, because I think they had another one. They tried to do a shooter. It was called Fuse, and there was like 4 team members, and each had a different like special power, and yeah, that also fell off into the ether. But yeah, I never got to play Sunset Overdrive.
I highly recommend it if you ever, if at any point you ever decide to come over to the Xbox side, definitely play it.
Never gonna happen. Sorry.
I was going to say,
yeah,
it's probably the closest thing to Jet Set Radio Future that you could find. But it's also, at the same time, nothing like Jet Set Radio Future, because you've got the base, the tower defense elements and stuff like that.
Mm. Um, Also, with Katamari Damacy, King of Katamari, one thing I love is that Xbox will actually tell me exactly how, like, the percentage of players who have played Katamari Damacy Reroll and have actually got the achievement. And with this, it is, even after how long it's been out, I am still one of 0.25% of players who have actually unlocked the achievement, and it is like, I think getting completing that game was also probably the most satisfying completion I've ever gotten.
Because nobody else wants to get that damn bear.
Probably.
It was so fun. It was
But
so good to get.
it's a great game to play and finish. It's just a lot of fun. I think the sequel's a better game, but the first one's a great lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. We Love Katamari is yes and no. Because I feel like in some ways it's better, but in some ways it's a lot worse. Like that goddamn fire level.
The fire level, yeah, but like, I think the controls are better. Even
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the re-releases of Reroll, it's, yeah, Wheel of Katamari just feels better to play.
Yeah. So Lee, what is your most satisfying or rarest trophy completion that you've gotten?
Yeah, so I jumped on PSN trophies because I had no idea. And apparently the rarest one I have is just a random trophy from rock band The Beatles. It was like, finish a song on, expert mode or whatever. I was like, it's probably just because a lot of people played the game for fun and didn't play expert mode. Like, I don't think it's actually, I don't recall it being difficult. I was just playing. It's a fantastic game. I loved it so much.
Yeah, no, I think I played it not on expert, but I think if I remember correctly, I was doing a lot of the singing and I wasn't really doing the actual guitar stuff. I was focusing on the singing.
Yeah, by the end, I was trying to do like 2 players sing and guitar at the same time. It was very difficult. not
Yeah, no, that would
expert.
be impossible for me.
Yeah, it's hard. And I
The
probably couldn't do it.
The amount of house parties I went to where it usually ended up breaking out the Guitar Hero. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were
in
the
terms of the
days.
most satisfying, it's probably one of the ones from, like, one of the platinums from completing a game. So the platinum for Dead Space 1, I just recalled that, one of the requirements for that, or one of the last trophies you do, is finish the game on the hardest difficulty, which was very hard. So that was a good one. And then Deus Ex Human Revolution apparently is my rarest platinum. I don't recall that one being particularly hard. It was just one of the really take a long time to do everything ones. So yeah. But yeah, the Dead Space one, I was really proud of doing that because that was hard. I did have to look up guides to, like, where do you get all the ammo to actually kill the things you need to kill to get through. And yes,
because I think the hardest mode on that, you can only save like 3 times or something.
Yes, it's something
No,
like
that's
that.
Dead Space 2.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I was doing the Dead Space 2 one and I gave up because I was like, I can't. The guides say, get to this point for your first save, then get to this point for your second save, and it's just like the second block I couldn't do. I was like,
well, I did it, just FYI.
Captain's like, look at me, I can do
I had other games to go up. I still finished the game. Like, I finished the game as I felt it was finished by rolling the credits on one of the other difficulties.
Fair enough. All right, so we're going to jump into our indie corner now, and we're going to keep it completed themed. So, which is your favorite indie game that you have completed? So, I could easily say like a walking simulator, like Dear Esther or Firewatch. Those are really good, very like cruisy, very atmospheric games. But honestly, I think my favorite that I've just completed is Kill It With Fire, which is an indie game all about killing spiders, and you get some outrageous weapons to do so. Like, it starts off where you just hit them with a clipboard, and it escalates up to revolver, throwing star, flamethrower, C4.
I've seen that on the PlayStation Store. Is there any point, or you just go, like, going around a house killing spiders?
Oh, it's different levels. You have to kill all of them in a level, and there's like challenges for each level to kill them in certain ways.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely a fun one to play. Renee, what about you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm still trying to get over the kill it with fire because I'm arachnophobic.
So you'd love it
They
because you
do
kill
jump.
the spiders.
They jump at
There,
you.
Oh no,
there,
no,
there
no,
are
no.
there are different spiders, and
Nope.
one is a jumping spider.
If there's huntsmans, no, absolutely not. I cannot
No.
stand huntsmans. I was trying to think when you said it then, and I've completed a lot of indie games, and it makes it hard. I know Go Go Town, which is still in early access, I've completed that about 4 or 5 times because I was part of the playtests. But I'm probably going to say Farewell North, which I didn't actually completely complete. I finished the story, but the thing is that when I got to the for those who don't know, Farewell North is a game where you play as a sheepdog and his owner in Scotland. Hi, Sandy, if you're listening. And sorry, I had to. Basically, it's the islands of Scotland, and they're going there after the main character has lost her mother, and it's ultimately a story about grief. And I've got a Labrador now named Ivy, but my previous dog Sid was a border collie, and I played this game a year after he died. And just it is the first game, and it's actually the only game to make me absolutely bawl my eyes out to this day. So that was probably my favorite completion, in that it was something that I probably needed at that time. Sorry,
Yeah,
they told us to hurry up, and here I am blubbering.
It's fine. You're all good.
I can still hear it in your voice a little. Like, it obviously affected you, and that's one of the amazing things about this medium that we love, is that they can have this impact on people.
Well, I'd had him. He was 16. He just managed to reach 16. He had lymphoma, but he'd been with me since I was 18, I think, or 21. He was with me for a long time, and yeah, he was just lovely. And this game just made me feel. I think it was just something I needed at that time. There are also other areas and islands that I have to explore in there to actually really complete it, because you can actually just go to certain islands and do the puzzles. It's designed so that the player can explore it rather than having to follow a set path. So I had it installed up until I got my new computer with the intention of always going back one day, but I don't think it will be any time soon. It's going to be a while before I can do it.
Which is fair.
Sorry for bringing the mood down, everyone.
You're all good.
No, you're fine.
That's okay. We'll just listen to Lee's cat yelling
Apologies
instead.
if you can hear my cat yelling at me. He's like, stop talking about dogs.
Literally knocking down the door.
Yeah, he's just opened up the door.
While Lee wrangles his cat, we have the cat on screen.
Well, I don't think they'll be able to see him, but
No,
he's like, put me down.
No, but the point is that they know there's a cat.
we can confirm that it is a white cat
He says yes.
and sounds hungry.
Right. So I think I'm next. So
Yeah, so
I've got a few games I want to call out, and because it depends on what you consider as complete. So I was looking at my list of platinums, and I did get the platinum for Telltale's The Walking Dead, which was great. Well, that was a very easy platinum to get, though. I think the rate's like 40% of people who play that game have the platinum.
Well, you just got to finish it.
You just got to play through it. Yeah, which is that
Yeah.
actually makes it kind of sad that you just need to finish the game to get the platinum. And only
Yeah,
In
it's
that case,
only
I probably already have it
40%.
too.
But yeah, that game's fantastic. But I also wanted to, in terms of my favorite indie, that the first thing that came to mind, well, there was two that came to mind. One was Inscription, because it's just insane. I love a good deck builder, and Inscription starts as that, but morphs into this other thing that I can't really talk about because it spoils it if you haven't played it. So go play it. And then the other one is Undertale, which is just an amazing experience that was made by a single person.
Yes, I still
And
need to play
yeah,
Undertale.
Yeah,
dude,
I
just go
also
play
need
it.
to
It's not
play
even
it.
long. It's like 5 hours or something, I think.
Okay, I'll just do it right now.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also means I don't have to talk to you anymore. I'm kidding.
Hey, keep that in the Discord.
So Cap, what's your favorite indie game that you've completed?
Definitely Anthem. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Everyone.
I was about to say, Anthem is an indie.
It's okay. It was only made by 5 people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say two. They're indie, but they're quite large. First one is Hades. I absolutely loved Hades. That was kind of my first like roguelike, and yeah, I fell in love with it. I felt like the art, the music, the combat, the story, it just everything. How much replayability it had, like with all the weapons and all the modifiers and all the enemies and all the boons you could get. I think it took me about 80 to 90 hours to platinum it. And not once did I feel like, it was a grind or I wasn't having fun. Like, I've played games like Anthem that was just like a horrible grind to get collectibles or whatever. But, the best games are ones where you feel like you haven't played that much and you've played like, 1,000 hours, I guess. So, um, definitely Hades, but I do want to mention Control. I loved Control when it came out. I bought it as just like I was just in EB Games one day. I was like, I might buy a new game. I'm feeling lucky, and I saw this Control one. I'm like, this looks alright. And I absolutely loved it. And obviously, everyone knows what it started and everything with Alan Wake, but
Mm.
it's one of my only very few games that I've fully platinumed twice. So
Wow.
I did it on PS4, and instead of just cheating and just loading a save and popping the platinum on PS5, I went through and played it from scratch, did 100% all again because I loved it so much.
Nice.
I own that game and I've never played it. And I think part of the reason is because my mum was watching Bold and the Beautiful, and the main character is one of the characters from Bold and the
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Courtney Hope. Yep. She's amazing. Just FYI. Man
She
crush.
was
But
one of the main antagonists. She was the other designer that was stealing their designs, their fashion designs.
oh, I have no idea. I haven't watched it. I just know who she is.
No, that's what her role was in Bold and the Beautiful. Was she was
Yeah.
the like up and coming designer that was putting the I don't even know what the company was called because they never bloody talk about the company itself.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, she was great in that, and yeah, just the gameplay, and I don't know. I just found doing all the side stuff really fun. Anyway, if you haven't played it, you should play Control and Hades.
And like the best sequence in Control is like right near the end too.
Oh, absolutely.
No spoilers.
Like,
I will
I think
eventually get around to it.
It's not
I
like
think that's
it's not story wise. It's like the level structure and where you go and what.
Like the
happens
set,
to you there.
yeah,
it's
the
like
set
a
placement and
sequence,
stuff.
and the music as well too that goes with it.
Yeah.
I think that's also why I kind of wanted to replay it because I wanted to replay that level as
Yeah,
well.
you want to get back to that bit. It's like at the
Yeah,
end.
exactly. Yeah, it was like the second last level.
Yeah, I would have picked Hades for my favorite indie that I've completed, except I haven't completed it as far as achievements goes. I need to put in a few more hours into that one, and I want to play Control as well. It's on Game Pass, so I'll
It's funny, the two Xbox havers haven't played it.
yeah.
It was released on Xbox first.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, we'll be wrapping up here in a second, but first of all, I want to talk about one thing very quickly, and it's something that actually stops me from playing games, and that is online/multiplayer achievements. Like, I know I mentioned that earlier, but they're usually luck-based achievements masquerading as skill-based. But what is even more dumb is that if a publisher ever looks to turn off the servers for those games, there goes every chance to get those achievements in the first place, leaving the game incomplete. This is particularly bad for live service games. At the moment, as the moment the servers go dark, you basically have a useless bit of plastic. Thankfully, there is a movement at the moment called Stop Killing Games that is petitioning to have these practices stopped for good, and to make sure game publishers have end of life measures in place where people can still play the game they paid for. Even once the servers get turned off, and that can be they just leave it in a state where people can have their own servers potentially. For those in the EU and the UK, we will have a link to the petition for you if you would like to sign in the description / notes of the podcast and the article on the website. It's getting very close, and getting very close to the petition being finalized and everything. And I know they're already past their 1,000,000 signatures, but it's one of those things of if we want publishers to stop treating us like money bags, like this is forced obsolescence at its very core. If we want them to stop treating us like money bags, then we need to take a stand sometimes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it doesn't really affect me personally because I rarely play online games. But even then, like, it's still, I can see how frustrating it is. The few games that I play online, like Tekken, like I think I've got the platinum for Tekken 7, which has a couple of online requirements. If I was the kind of person that wanted to platinum everything, there's no way to do that. Even though you can still play, couch co-op. There's literal, like, you need to play online and do this particular thing in this lobby or whatever. So it's definitely frustrating, and I have signed the petition as well. So definitely recommend everyone go and do that.
I mean, it's
Definitely.
totally fair that we to keep games like this. And I'm not saying I don't agree, but where do we stop it? You know what I mean? How many games are being made with servers? So from here on out for the future, we're just adding more and more servers. I don't know. I'm just trying to say, is there a limit, or maybe there's something else they can do instead of running servers, or have achievements and trophies that are like the DLC kind of, under the DLC kind of tag, where you don't need a platinum or 100% for it. Yeah, I don't know. I just I understand. I just don't know how they're going to go about it unless they have servers running for the next 100 years.
Let's
I mean,
be
it's probably a
honest,
technology thing too. I mean, if
and
quantum
let's be
computing
honest, it's
takes
just
off, you could have one quantum server and probably have everything.
Yeah.
Who
I
knows?
was
How
going to say,
far
it's
away
only
that is.
one of many issues that are a problem in the gaming industry. Let's be honest, there's a lot of them. I mean, with how unsustainable it is at the moment. I'm just going to do a quick shout out to Project S Plus, which is started following me on Blue Sky, which is basically friends with the Stop Killing Games initiative, and it's about having more sustainable gaming. It's basically trying to protect the people that make the games that we love,
Absolutely.
not the CEOs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good and well, we can sign all this and do all this, but at the end of the day, if they're not making money, they're just gonna do what they want anyway, which is so unfortunate. And so many people buy and play games and make games for the love of games, and there's just this top line at the top, and all they see in regards to games is
Line must go up.
line go up. Yep, that's it.
Well, what somebody actually suggested is that if servers are taken offline, then they should no longer be able to prosecute anyone who is personally using their own servers to keep the game running. So therefore, piracy should become legitimate if they've got no other alternative.
Yeah. Or just allow us to create our own servers. Like, yeah.
There are solutions out there. It's just about finding one and basically strong arming the top guys into it.
Yeah,
And that's what I was saying. Like leave fans with the code, so they can run their own servers.
Yeah, you get into very grey areas when you start talking about things like that. Then you get to sort of emulation and this game that was on PS1 has never been remade or put on the PlayStation Store. So is it reasonable for me to pirate it now? It's it's a very interesting discussion.
As
probably too long for
as one
the
Gabe
end
Newell
of this
said,
episode.
piracy isn't a. What was Gabe's quote? It was like, piracy isn't a.
If you don't own the game, then therefore you can't pirate it.
No, it was
Or something
piracy. Piracy is a distribution problem.
Okay, yeah. Wrong quote. I was thinking of the one you said today.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can't own the game, then therefore you can't. Then pirating is not illegal.
I mean, again, going into like trying not to lengthen this conversation, but with the Game Pass and everything, like technically you don't own those games.
No, you don't.
As soon as you stop paying for Game Pass, you can't play those games. Like you don't. You just you're borrowing them without actually having them. It's insane, and this stuff doesn't surprise me because even a few years ago, when Game Pass started to get big, like I could see this coming. Like it's obvious. But yeah, still.
This is why I prefer physical media. This is why I prefer physical media as a whole.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
Game Pass is good for if
safe.
I want to play. Game Pass is good for when I want to play something that's just there, or I just want to play for the achievements or something like that. But if it's something massive that I really get into and I'm going to be playing a lot, physical media all the way.
Yeah, and honestly, that's one of the reasons why I haven't run out and gotten a Switch 2, because a lot of the games are code on
digital
card, and it's not the actual game on the card, and that concerns me.
Yep.
Maybe something we'll talk about another time.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you, everyone, for listening and joining Cap, Lee, Renee, and myself on this episode of the Qualcast. If you want to know more about the games we spoke about today, then you can check out the Qualcast article on the website, qualbert.com. If you've got some fun game completion stories or want to debate about what it means to complete a game, then you're more than welcome to join us on the Qualbert Discord. But until next time, everyone, stay beautiful and keep completing games. See ya.
Bye.
Reviews.